you spend so many years spending money applying for these tags. And when you finally draw these tags, you never know what's going on for that year. You don't know where your financial situation is going to be. If you draw within your first 3 years of being a member, we're going to pay for 5 days fully outfitted hunt for you. And like you're right, it's like insurance. You wreck your car, you pick the auto body shop you want to use, and Geico pays the bill. I mean, we're like Geico. They can't enforce those laws, so let's add another law. Where's the common sense? Oh, it drives me nuts. It never gets easy. It's always a battle, but I love that about it. I love the battle. I love that the battle is for me and my family. We want members to go out and enjoy it because there really is no better salesman than somebody that's done it. What's up? This is Josh Corbin with Antler Trader and Zero Guide Fees, and you're listening to Living Country in the City.
Y'all ready for your dose of flyover state spirit? Straight from the concrete jungle? Well, put down your latte and pull on your boots. It's time for Living Country in the City.
Hey y'all, welcome to episode 63 of Living Country in the City. Before we get started, I want to send a big shout out to Sawyer Products, say thank you so much for your support of the podcast. If y'all are looking for water filtration, insect repellents, first aid, any of those awesome, just super simple products that you really need to keep you out in the backcountry for longer, make sure you go check out Sawyer. They've been doing this for over 30 years. They're a household name for a reason. So check them out at Sawyer.com, or you can find them on my partners page at livingcountryinthecity.com/partners. All right, so getting to today's show, I've got another episode that I recorded out at the Western Hunting and Conservation Expo in Salt Lake City. Now, this episode I recorded, it was one of the last ones I recorded during the week, and let's just say that my voice was getting pretty rough by this time of the day. So I'm sure y'all will hear that. But I got a chance to sit down with Mr. Antler Trader himself, Josh Corbin, and among other things, talk about a company that he's a big part of, Zero Guide Fees. This program is awesome. We'll get into it in the episode, but it's insurance for your hunt, so that by the time you draw this premium tag, you get a premium guide service that you don't have to pay a dime for at that time. It's a really interesting program, especially if you're interested in putting in for a lot of these premium units that you'd end up paying an arm and a leg for a guide for. But we'll get into it in the episode. I hope y'all enjoy it.
All right, well, welcome to another episode of Living Country in the City, getting slowly more gravelly as the weekend continues, because we're here at, I keep wanting to say the Sportsman's Expo, but that was a couple weekends ago. This is the Western Hunting and Conservation Expo, hanging out in the Zero Guide Fees booth with Mr. Josh Corbin.
How's it going, man?
Oh, yeah, I'm surviving. And it's, end of the day, you know how it is. Everyone's kind of got that 1,000-yard stare going on.
Yeah, yep, the glazed over.
You walk by someone's booth that you know, and you kind of wave to them, and they don't see a single thing.
Yeah, totally just glazed over.
Throw something at them to get their attention.
Wake them up. Sleeping, standing still.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's long.
How's the show been going for you guys?
Really good, really good. I'm better than I can honestly imagine. It's every year though. It really does get better and better.
I love, I didn't get to come out. I actually thought I was coming out here last year. My buddy was like, "Hey Sam, you got to come to the Hunt Expo in Salt Lake in a few months." And I'm like, "Okay, awesome. Let me go buy some tickets." So I Google, the Salt Lake City hunting exposition, and buy my tickets and get my hotel, book my vacation. And my buddy's like, "Okay, you ready for next week?" And I'm like, "Next week?" Yeah, it turns out I bought ISE show tickets for March. I mean, I was just like, I had no idea. I've never done this before, but it actually ended up working out well for me because it was so slow. Everyone was willing to talk to the dude that had only released 2 podcasts.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I think now we're up above 60 at this point, and
right on,
coming up
dude.
on the 1-year
That's
anniversary.
Awesome.
But anyway, so we're here. I want to talk a little bit about Zero Guide Fees, but before we hop into that, I always just like to kind of have you introduce yourself and kind of give your background. How did you get started in hunting or shed hunting, antler collecting, and on all of that, all the outdoors.
Yeah, so like you said, my name's Josh Corbin. I own Antler Trader. Me and my wife, she owns Shed Hunting Babes and she has big Instagram following as well. We have a YouTube channel that's growing immensely every day. It's pretty much blowing up. I've been very grateful. But I'm pretty much born and raised. I'm from Idaho, hunted most of my life. And I started working in a job right out of high school. And I put 14 years into that job and got to the point where I absolutely hated going to work. I hated waking up. 7 days a week, and I look forward to 2 of them. That's not life, and my kids, I'd never seen my kids. My kids are 16 and 17 now, and I didn't see them grow up. I just didn't. I worked my life away, literally. And one day, some stuff was going down at work, and people were getting changed, and they started putting people in different roles. And one of the person they put in a role just did not sit right with me, and we didn't see eye to eye. And so I had enough. So I walked. I was done. And I kind of jumped ship, and I started doing this with no direction, no plan. It was just sink or swim, and we sank for a while. But because of my awesome wife and my supportive kids and stuff, they kept pushing me, keep going. They could see it, They could see the different me coming out, And so we just stuck with it, and we're still sticking with it. It never gets easy. It's always a battle, but I love that about it. I love the battle. I love that the battle is for me and my family. It's not for somebody else anymore. The stress and the headache isn't for somebody else. It's for us. And so we started. I started shed hunting because I couldn't get a tag anywhere. Seriously, I just could not draw a tag. So we started shed hunting, and I started getting my wife. She wanted to start being more involved with what I had going, because when I wasn't working, I wanted to go do something that I enjoyed. And so I started taking her and the kids shed hunting, and they were young. And, dude, my wife picked it up like that. It was just like, this is awesome. She is now more addicted and more passionate about shed hunting than I ever have been. That's her joy. And from there, we started doing that to fill spots, and we started guiding a lot more, and we started, building pedestals and lamps and anything we could figure out to make money to make it work. And we're still kind of like that. We still do we got a bunch of different irons in the fire all the time, but it's getting better. It really is. So Travis, who I'm partnered with, McClendon, we're partnered with him on the guiding with Arizona Strip Guides, Arizona Elk Outfitters. About 5 years ago, he started the brainchild of Zero Guide Fee. And about 3 years ago is when he launched it, and, man, it was a no-brainer for us to partner with him on it. So it was, let's do this,
Yeah,
We're all in. We believe in it. We love it. Let's do it. And that's how we started doing this. And honestly, I couldn't imagine not doing this now, because the beauty of this program is it makes it affordable for everybody. It's not a rich man's sport anymore. So yeah, I saw the booth at, I had no idea you were involved. And were you actually at the ISE show in Sacramento? I was not, no. I was actually guiding during that.
Okay.
That's why I wasn't there.
Gotcha.
I just got done guiding like a week and a half ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'd seen the booth, and I kept walking by it, but I was always on my way to something. And so I never got to sit down and, talk with anyone and figure out what it was. I kind of read some of the signage in passing, and it seemed like a really interesting concept. So why don't you give just kind of the basic elevator pitch of what is Zero Guide Fees? So basically, it started off in Arizona, and we've been doing it in Arizona for 2 years now, but in Arizona, we are the outfitters. So you become a member, $350 a year, and then if you draw within your first 3 years of being a member, we're going to pay for 5 days fully outfitted hunt for you. Between 4 and 7 years, we're going to pay 7 days fully outfitted hunt for you, and then from 7 plus, we're going to pay for 10 days fully guided hunt, outfitted hunt. And from there, we've just been
frantically working on building the site and figuring out more states and how we need to do them, because each state's going to be a little bit different because their draws are a little bit different, So we just launched Utah. We are trying to have Nevada done before this show so we could have Nevada as an option as well. But it's $350 per state to be a member right now. Each state will be different a little bit, but right now, Utah and Arizona, $350 a year per state. And in Utah, if you draw, we're going to let you pick the outfitter. We're just going to pay the bill.
Interesting. Okay.
And we don't want any. We're going to make sure there's no special treatments. There's no discounts going on. That way, you don't get treated any differently than the guy that paid that same outfitter out of his own pocket.
It's not the insurance company with the preferred car repair.
No. We're going to have.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit where we're going to have preferred outfitters, guys that we suggest. Okay. And it has nothing to do with price. It has to do with the fact that we make sure that they have quality, a good reputation, they have good success rates, and they got good accommodations, and they know what they're doing. That's it. But we're still going to have, these are who we suggest you should pick, but really what it boils down to is it's your pick. We're just writing the check.
It's not going to be like, okay, well, these guys are paying full price, so we're going to focus more on them versus the zero guy fees. Awesome.
We're taking care of the outfitter to make sure that that's not an issue, because we don't want anybody to get shortchanged. I mean, the whole point of this program is, in the West especially, you spend so many years spending money applying for these tags, and when you finally draw these tags, you never know what's going on for that year. You don't know where your financial situation is going to be, your time off, what family, sickness, I mean, all that. So you wait 15, 20 years to draw one of these tags. The last thing you want to optimize every bit of that as you can. And some guys can't afford to go spend a month to scout it or even a whole month to go hunt a unit or whatnot. And so basically we're just saying, don't worry, no matter what happens, we got you covered, And on top of it, if you look at just the way that everything has gone in the past, only about 10% of people that draw these tags actually hire an outfitter. I mean, and you look at some of these units, and that's not a very big number, but there are a lot of outfitters. And so you get a lot of outfitters that are scrambling to figure out a way to book those guys, to bring them in, cutting costs, cutting whatever they got to book these hunts. And we're just trying to figure out a way to bring more guys into that pool. So it works good for the outfitter because we're adding more people to the business now, but on top of it, we're making it affordable for more people to hire an outfitter.
That's awesome. It's just from everybody involved benefits.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, they really do. You're crazy if you're an outfitter and you don't support this.
Yeah.
Because we're bringing more business. Even if you don't want to support this, we're still bringing more business to you.
Yep.
Because the guys that do want to support it, they're going to get booked. They're going to book hunts. So the guys that don't want to support this, they're going to get the leftovers. No matter what, everybody wins.
Yeah. No, I love this because it's one of those things where I've thought, I struggle when it's like tag draw season. It's this part of the year. The majority of the tag draws are coming up, or you're buying licenses, or you're looking at. Of course, this is when I was talking to someone. I was saying, this is when I started getting interested in backcountry hunting last year.
Yeah,
and so all of my subscriptions are coming due.
Yeah.
So Onyx Maps, Go Hunt, and all of this stuff, and my phone's just buzzing every day for the past 2 weeks. It's just like some other $150 or $50 purchase. I'm like dying. But, so a lot of people are already struggling even just with the tag purchases.
Right.
And so trying to book a guided hunt, even thinking that far in advance, that's out of reach.
It's stressful.
Impossible.
It's stressful. And then when you do, like we were saying, when you draw that tag, say it takes you 15, 20 years, and you live in Idaho and you draw that Colorado tag or that Arizona tag, that's a long drive to go down and try to figure out your unit, try to figure out where you're going to, where's the waters, where's the feed, where's the animals, And then you get that tag, and now you got to worry about trying to find the animal that you want to harvest, or even a animal to harvest. And that's where an outfitter or a guide is extremely handy, you know. And this isn't high fence hunting. There's no guarantee. You're still hunting. It's public land. It's just, you know, you're trying to optimize and maximize the time that you've spent and the money that you've spent over the years. And at $350 a year, I mean, we had, I think it was 22 members draw deer tags this year as their first year. And it's like 23 or so elk members. And first year, they got a 5-day fully outfitted hunt for $350.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's an awesome deal. It's making it affordable.
So what's the membership looking like? How's it been?
It's awesome. I think we just hit about 1,000 members.
Wow. And how long have you been doing this again?
We're starting year 3.
Wow, that is great.
So
I can't believe I haven't run into you guys before with this.
Yeah, I think we had almost. I was like this, between everything, elk, deer, antelope, and everything. I think we had almost 90 members total have drawn tags so far. And we've paid for their hunt.
That's just that. I mean, that blows me away. On that note, let's take just a quick moment, sit down, hear a word from one of my partners.
Hey y'all, as hunters, we are constantly on the move. Whether it's a scouting trip, heading to the range, training for the hunt, or searching for sheds, providing the fuel to sustain this high-intensity lifestyle requires top-quality food options, and you shouldn't have to compromise the quality of your nutrition when you're on the go. Rugged Meats is here to provide superior nutrition anywhere or anytime, no matter what the hunt is throwing at you. Their snack sticks are made from 100% free-range, wild-caught, forest-raised boar, and all products are guaranteed to be free of any added nitrates, MSG, and gluten. Plus, they come in several different flavors and options so you can find the best way to power your pursuit. Check out the Rugged Meats website and get 10% off all purchases from Rugged Meats by visiting our partners page at livingcountryinthecity.com/partners.
All right, so, you know, we talked about the membership, and it's really funny. It's like buying insurance for your hunt.
Absolutely.
Like, kind of in reverse, I guess. I don't know, but it's like it feels like, you know, I guess that's the best description. I mean, we're kind of talking. It's so simple. Like I walked by and I was kind of like, I think I understood the concept, but I didn't. Yeah. Like, I didn't want to think it was that simple.
Right. It really is what we named it, zero guide fees. You have zero guide fees. You become a member, you pay nothing to go hunting when you draw. I mean, it's that simple. And like you're right, it's like insurance, you know. You wreck your car, you pick the auto body shop you want to use, and Geico pays the bill.
Yep.
I mean, we're like Geico.
Well, at least we hope Geico pays the bill. Some tells me you guys might give me a lot less grief sometimes than AAA does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
That's a whole different story.
And you know, the big thing too, it's like we want members to have a good experience. We want members to go out and enjoy it, because there really is no better salesman than somebody that's done it. You know what I mean? Yep. So we don't have there's nothing hidden on the backside. There's no catches, you know. Yep. What's the catch? That's we always get, what's the catch? There is no catch. Nope. I mean, maybe one day if we start zero fishing fees or something, there might be a catch.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
The's no catch. It's as simple as it is.
I see what you did there. I'm a little slow, but I see what you did. Ladies and gentlemen, he'll be here all night.
I taught Shedcrazy everything he knows. I write his scripts.
Oh, so you're to blame. You're the one that's to blame.
I'm his writer.
I get you.
Just kidding,
man. So you guys are, right now, it's Utah only?
Utah and Arizona.
Okay. Well, shoot. I just may have just gotten another subscription.
And we're adding Nevada. We're trying to add Nevada by this show, but there's just so much work on the website end of things. Yeah. And, you know, because we actually go through the division's websites, so we know how many points you got and the whole nine. But we're adding Nevada. We're in the works with New Mexico. I mean, we plan on pretty much taking and adding this to almost every state, you know, we possibly can.
That's awesome. So yeah, I guess if you're looking at booking those points in Utah, Nevada, Arizona, get those memberships. If people are wanting to sign up, where are they headed?
ZeroGuideFees.com. That's it right there.
And can they use the? I don't know. Can you use numbers in a URL? I don't know if that's even a thing.
I don't think so.
I feel like I should know
spelled out
this.
0.
Yeah, it's spelled out 0. But I feel like I'm a web guy. That's what I do for a living. I should know if you can have numbers in a domain name. I don't think you
try
can.
it.
I'm 90% sure you can't. But it's also been a very long weekend, as we said.
Not yet, at least.
But so zeroguidefees spelled out.com on the web. Do you guys have Instagram, socials, all of that good stuff?
Yeah. Mine's Antler Trader on Instagram, Antler Trader on YouTube, Antler Trader on Facebook, and then we're Arizona Strip Guides on YouTube and not YouTube, excuse me, Instagram and Facebook, and Arizona Elk Outfitters on Instagram, Facebook, and then Zero Guide Fees on Instagram, Facebook.
That's awesome. So what are we expecting from Antler Trader for 2018? What can we be looking forward to?
Hopefully a lot more hunting and a lot more sheds. We're actually, me and the wife and kids are actually trying to put together a new voyage. We are talking about selling everything. Matter of fact, we're really talking about selling everything and moving to Australia for a year or two and just hunting.
Go hang out with Adam Greentree for a while.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to get Adam out here to Arizona this year. We're going to go chase some deer, and then he's going to show me around Australia, dude, and we're just going to go kill stuff for 365, 24/7.
Oh, man. Don't get me wrong. I have more than once, not necessarily to Australia, but I've more than once considered just selling absolutely everything, pulling a Sam Zoholt and, like, refurbishing a bus or something and just going. But I guess I'd have to figure out how to pay for gas, but that could come along.
My kids are older. My daughter graduates this year, and my son's got 2 more years after this year. So he's 16 and 17 years old, so I kind of got it made.
There you go.
You know, what I thought was a bad decision when I was younger turned out to be a really good decision.
No, yeah, I've considered it. You know, it's just me, single dude.
Yeah, you're living the life.
So it's I've got a lot of options, and I'm always curious if you guys can hear those big announcements over
If they couldn't hear, dude, those speakers are obnoxious.
And they are everywhere.
Yes.
There's no way to get away from those things.
Yeah, they're going live.
Oh. Really? No, I didn't notice. No. Well, so we should be looking for the yard sale.
That's keep an eye out for that yard sale. Craigslist.
everything but the weapons and the optics up for sale.
And the antlers.
There you go. Got to take
the antlers
those
are going to go in a pod storage container.
Oh man. So what hunts are you looking at? You're talking Adam Greentree in Arizona?
Yeah, we're trying to get him set up so we can do that. Hopefully, my wife and daughter will draw Utah this year, finally after 3 years, and then I hopefully will draw my Utah stuff. We got some Idaho stuff planned with elk and deer this year. I'm talking about going to Colorado, do some archery in Colorado after some deer with some friends. I've got Coos, Mexico planned.
Nice.
That's a guarantee this year. I got some guys that want me to come out to New Mexico. I mean, we're pretty much, as soon as this show's done, dude, we're starting. It's game on. We're going to shed hunt till June, and then we're setting cameras and getting going for August. Archery.
So how do you feel about these new shed hunting seasons?
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Dude, really, I mean, in all honesty, show me an environmental impact that on what shed hunters do.
Honestly, I think I think Ben probably said it best with that little video he put together.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's shed hunting kills deer because the second you touch that shed before April,
right,
they just drop dead.
Well, it's like they're so worried about people pushing animals and killing animals, but they're not stopping lion hunters. They're not stopping any kind of predator hunters, running dogs. They're not stopping snowmobilers, cross-country skiers, hikers, bikers. I mean, they're not stopping any of that.
Yeah.
But they're stopping us from doing something we love and picking up something that's going to deteriorate and rot away. It's not like an Indian artifact. It's not like like anything else, it goes away, and the big thing is the people that push for this stuff are clueless, and it's all emotion. It's like, oh, well, I can't go out and shed hunt right now, so we need a season, so it's fair for everybody. It's like, no, dude. Basically what you're saying is all the honest people can't go out and shed hunt. Because, dude, Colorado can't even afford. Right now, they're trying to figure out a budget crisis with their game and fish department. I thought I saw something. They fired or laid off almost 70-something employees within the game and fish department. How in the hell are they going to monitor shed hunters? At least the honest honest ones are going to fine. But how are they going to monitor that? Who in their right mind thinks that it's okay for somebody to tell me what I can and can't do on public land?
And I mean, I would understand the concept of like, okay, you have to have bought a hunting license for the year or something. So
if it goes to conservation, absolutely.
So it is going to conservation.
I'll buy a hunting license.
I understand that, but I'm also a firm believer of this is public land. Unless it's some private, wilderness reserve, like animal reserve or something, where you're not really supposed to be pulling stuff off of in general, like not even a dang rock.
Right.
I'd understand that, but it's like it's public land. It's paid for.
Yep.
It is our tax dollars. We own that.
And that's the thing. The fact that we buy a hunting license in general pays for that.
Oh, you're speaking to the libertarian in me so hard right now. It's ridiculous.
Dude, that's the other thing, too. It's like I am so opposed to more rules, more regulations. I don't care what it is. But at least do your diligence. Show the proof. Last time I checked, deer, antelope, elk, sheep, goat, moose, they're all built to run away from a problem. And I don't think Usain Bolt could catch one of them.
Yeah.
So how in the hell is a guy with a backpack and some boots and 2 to 3 inches of snow going to have any effect on one of those creatures?
Well, I was going to say, typically with a pack full of rattling antlers
on his
back too.
It's sweaty, stinking. Nobody's out there, covering up scent and sitting in ground blinds and, ambushing.
Hold on, let me put on
Nobody's trapping deer.
Yeah. Let me put on my sneaking boots to go shed hunt here.
Exactly. You're going to tell me that these we've already got the laws in place that need to be in place to protect these animals from being harassed. They can't they can't even do anything about that. They can't enforce those laws. So let's add another law. Where's the common sense? It drives me nuts.
I don't know. That's how this world is in general. Is like, okay, there's a problem. We need to create another law, even though we already have 5 laws that should prevent that problem from one angle or another.
Right.
Well, why don't we start with enforcing the first of those laws? I don't know. Is that a dumb idea? Maybe it is, and I'm just crazy. But
no, you're 100% right. That's the thing. They can't, though. They can't enforce the laws that are already on the books, so let's add more.
Oh, it's just
why not come up with some type of incentive program?
There you go.
Why come up with a law? Why not come up? If you see a guy out there on a side-by-side or a four-wheeler or a snowmobile or a dirt bike, because in my opinion, those are the only things that are going to catch an animal or run an animal to death.
Yeah.
Nobody on foot is going to do that. There's no way in hell. I don't care what you think or what you say. Prove it. Those animals are built to run. So if somebody sees somebody doing that, they should get an incentive for turning them in and doing the right thing.
Yep.
Because there's already a law that prevents them from doing that.
And you know what? You tell someone, okay, you get your hunting license for free this year, or you get a discounted license or a fishing license for something.
Yeah, something
like that has value to that person that's in the outdoors.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. Yeah, you're going to have narcs left and right.
Right, which is fine.
It's a great thing because it benefits all of us.
It benefits these animals that they claim that they're trying to protect.
Yeah, everybody, I mean, you know how it is. It's like with anything. Everyone they get emotional about it, and it's a knee-jerk reaction based off of that.
And I don't care. I mean, honestly, I don't care if you go shed hunting, where you go shed hunting, how you go shed hunting. I don't care. It doesn't change how I'm going to do what I do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's enough animals in this world for everybody. And the way we are using our conservation and our money and the amount of money this show right here generates for conservation.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Astronomical. I'm good with all that. Why do we need more laws? I just don't get it.
Oh, man. To this day, I've never actually picked up an elk shed in the wild. I've never seen an antler shed in the wild. I do what's called, I think I've said it on the podcast before, I do urban shed hunting.
Yeah.
So what that is you walk like through parks and through people's backyards until you see a stick that kind of looks like a shed antler, and then you get the angle of the camera just right, and you take a picture of it and be like, hey, look, guys, I found an urban shed.
There you go.
And then you just leave it there because I don't want sticks in my apartment.
See, and where I live, urban shed hunting, they're literally picking up people's sheds out of their flower beds. There used to be a time you could leave antlers in your front yard. Now you only leave them there if you want them gone.
Yeah, if somebody's sneaking in at night.
Yep.
Oh, man. Well, this podcast, I always like to end it a little bit with, because it's geared towards new hunters,
right.
People new to the outdoors, or they like
which
myself
we are all
that
for.
May not have access.
Right.
Somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, I've fallen. I see all this stuff. I see shed hunting and hunting, and I want to do it. I'm excited, but I just don't even know where to start. There's just so much going on. It's super intimidating.
It is."
What would you say to that person?
The beauty of it, though, and here's the thing that everybody's got to take a step back is everybody started somewhere. Nobody came into this world knowing how to hunt. Everybody started somewhere, and everybody had to learn from somebody. And I think a lot of people this day and age are so full of themselves or so worried about themselves that they forget that. Somebody taught you how to hunt. Somebody taught that person that taught you how to hunt. And guys this day and age, they just don't. They get so caught up with that. But we need more hunters. We need more people in this industry to help combat the amount of people that are against it. And the biggest thing, for me, I guess, I want people to just go out. Go out and try to find some animals. You don't need the best binos in the world. You don't need a specific camo. There's nothing you really need. You need to just be out. You need to get in the hills. Whether you're going on a drive through the mountains or through the desert during the winter, go out and just try to find some animals. Just go experience nature. Because the beauty of hunting is there's no game plan. There's no rules. There's no right or wrong way to do it. If you're a backcountry hunter that likes to go 20 miles away from everybody, that doesn't make you a better hunter than the guy that wants to ride around in his pickup with his buddies all day and listen to music. There is no right or wrong way. And I think everybody kind of has to find their own way, their own niche. And the only way you're going to do that is to get out and try it. Just go experience it. Even fishing. If you've never done anything, go fishing. A lot of these big cities and towns are doing a good job at creating ponds, fishing ponds for people.
Yep.
And stuff like that. Go fishing. Go give it a try. Read some articles. Do some Google search. Ask questions. Dude, I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions all the time on Instagram. And I try hard to answer all of them. But it does get overwhelming, and I do get a lot. So stuff does go on, and I'm sure some people are like, holy crap, I asked you that a year ago. But you know what I mean? If somebody doesn't answer, ask somebody else. There is no stupid questions. You know what I mean? There's
Absolutely.
some stupid people that don't answer questions or are ignorant about it, but there's no stupid questions. It's just get out and do it. Like what you did in Idaho this year, dude. That was awesome.
Thanks,
in all honesty, it takes a lot of guts. It really does. But you learned a lot from that, didn't you?
I always say I learned probably more from that trip than I would have in any 10 successful trips.
Or if anybody like me would have taken you. You know what I mean? Because then a lot of people start getting reliant on that. You know what I mean? Oh, nobody's going. It's all right to go by yourself. It's all right to go live it and try it, Just make sure you're safe about it.
Yep.
That's it. That's all. Just do it. Just try it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be intimidated by it because there is no right way to do it. There is no wrong way to do it. The only wrong way, in my opinion, is to not do it.
There you go.
So yeah, just get out there. Go try. Find out what you got close in your area. Whether it's ducks, geese, deer, elk, antelope. What's close to you. Just go try to see them. Go try to watch them, and just go from there.
There we have it. So remind us one more time where everyone can find you guys online for all the different.
Okay, we got Zero Guide Fees on Instagram, Facebook, and then ZeroGuideFee.com. And then Antler Trader, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And then we got AntlerTrader.com. And then my wife's page, Shed Hunting Babes, on Instagram and Facebook. And she's part of the YouTube channel. So
there we go. I'll get those linked up to you on the show notes page.
Sweet.
Everybody can find them pretty easy. So
I appreciate it, man.
There you go, man. Thanks so much for hopping on. I appreciate
Hey, thanks for having me on, dude. I like I said, I love your podcast. I appreciate it. The opportunity. So
awesome, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, y'all, that'll do it for episode 63 of Living Country in the City. Make sure y'all head on over to the show notes page. That's livingcountryinthecity.com/63. You can get links to Zero Guide Fees, Josh's socials, and pretty much everything we talked about in the episode. But in the meantime, keep it country, y'all.
Thank y'all for listening to Living Country in the City. Get show notes and check out the blog, product reviews, events, and more at livingcountryinthecity.com.
So what's up? Ooh, geez, that's pretty bad. Like I said, the voice is getting pretty gravelly. I've been going through puberty with a lot of the last few podcasts, but